I know, chasing that dough, hitting that road, getting that money, man. All I know, loading that foe, kicking down doors, getting that money, man. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it Grizzly. We gon' make it money. We gon' take it Grizzly.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Teofimo Lopez questions the dog in Devin Haney. All right, we have the video, so let's take a listen. All right, and this video appears courtesy of Fight Hype. You can subscribe to Fight Hype for the latest in boxing news. Were you about to say something, G?
Nah.
Okay. All right, so let's take a listen to what Teofimo Lopez had to say.
It's so hard nowadays because what was Devin Haney's response? I got more followers than you. Do you not understand? Like, that's crazy. That's the world that I'm living in right now. Everybody's trying to what? Oh, so I can make it here if I just dance my way and do TikTok and shit. Nah, bro, not in this world, not in boxing world. I mean, you can do it in the other worlds, fine, but not here. It's not about how many followers you have. It's about how many belts you hold. It's about how bad you want it when you in there. You almost got dropped by Linares, by Jorge Linares. What do you think I'm gonna do to you?
Do you think JoJo wins that fight?
Huh?
Do you think JoJo beats?
He has a good chance. He has a good chance. The thing is this: confidence. You gotta have confidence. You could do all that you want and look pretty, but once you got stunned, once you get hit, you gotta bite down on that mouthpiece and push forward. You don't go and start hugging. You don't go and start trying to stay safe. No, you bite down on that mouthpiece and you fight the guy that try to hurt you. That's that mentality. You got booed. Devin Haney got booed in his own hometown. But again in his own hometown. Let's see what happens now.
You had a much stronger way to see a fight earlier. You had a message from PCC fighters earlier. You want to repeat that?
There you have it. Teofimo Lopez questions the dog in Haney. You heard all the things he had to say about Devin Haney. G, what's your reaction to that?
Yo, listen, y'all know I like Haney, but I agree with Teo on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, hold on. Minus the one thing of, yo, you don't hold when you're hurt. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't listen to Teo when it comes to, protecting yourself, because that was crazy what he was saying right there. Like, if you hurt, what's the point of trying to exchange with a guy when you hurt? Get out the way or hold or do whatever you got to do to recover. But other than that, though, I do agree with him. Like, that it's a mindset that you have to have. Teofimo, he showed the mindset when he went against Lomachenko. Like, he started off good. Then Lomachenko started coming back. Then at the 12th, this was like the make or break moment. He dug deep and he pulled off the victory. Like Haney, I haven't seen that dog in Haney as of yet. I haven't seen it yet. So, and Teofimo, he punches hard and he has good footwork, so it's not like Haney could just like outbox him like he's gonna be like a walk in the park. That's not gonna happen. So now I don't agree with what he's saying, like Jojo Diaz has a great chance. I do think Jojo's gonna lose, but I think he's gonna provide some punches that Devin may not be used to, and I think that will help him in preparation for Teofimo. But I think Haney's gonna definitely beat Jojo. So but it's gonna be tough for Haney against Teofimo. But nonetheless, me, I really want to see this fight because then we could solidify undisputed at 135. You know what I mean? But he is right. Haney's gonna have to provide more elements than just, oh, I'm a slick boxer, I can move around, I can tag. This that. To some guys, that's cute. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like Teofimo's eyes, though, the skill sets that you're providing, those are all cute. Are you going to bring that elite level attributes to the ring? And that's what we need to see from Devin Haney.
All right, and then the TBE.
No, I agree. In the Linares fight, he tried to instead of slick style, he tried to like throw hands and exchange, and it wasn't his style. But the only way we can know if Haney got that dog in him to see him fight more opponents. I don't know how. I'm excited for this Jojo Diaz fight, but we gotta see who can bring it out of him. Like who really can bring it out of him, and he really has to dig deep, like Teofimo said. Like when you're really being tested, and you don't hug, you don't clinch. You gotta really show what you're made of. So Devin, yeah, where's your dog at? Because you're not seeing it.
Yo, Nate, you better not echo that foolish advice.
What?
Yo, if you got spaghetti legs, bro, get your legs back.
I hear you.
I think when it comes to Devin Haney, again, being completely honest, Haney was one of the guys who I was very high on, similar to Jamal Charlo. Devin Haney turned professional at 17. He was young. He had a reputation in the Mayweather gym because he's been putting in work. And he sparred basically everyone, Devin Haney, and he had done well. So in my mind, Devin Haney's a boxing prodigy who's about to take over the sport. If you would have asked me around that time, you would have said basically, I want to say about four years ago, if you would have asked me between Teofimo Lopez, Gervonta Tank Davis, and Devin Haney, which one of them would have been undisputed and which one of them would have been taking over the division, I would have said Devin Haney based on his attributes and everything. But Devin turned into something I didn't foresee. And he turned into someone who's in love with like the glitz and the social media followers and the fashion and in the jewelry and in the status. He's in love with the status. And I'm shocked because when you got someone like Devin, Devin's devoted his life to boxing. Look at Devin. You see pictures of him as a kid in the Mayweather gym. You see pictures of him with Gamboa. Like I remember with the Gamboa fight, the funny thing was it was like when your idols become your rivals, and he posted that picture of him when he was a kid with Gamboa. And it's like that's how long Devin's been doing this. Like, Devin's one of the rare occasions where it's like as a kid, you know what you want to do with your life and you dedicate your life to it. So I thought that by now, Devin would have had marquee victories. Devin would have won his belt in the ring. My expectations for Devin were so high, but it ended up being Teofimo Lopez doing the things that I thought Devin would do. And so it's funny to see this situation now because Teofimo Lopez is questioning the dog in Devin. And I think that is where fighters don't respect Devin. That's what Jojo Diaz is saying. That's what Teofimo Lopez is saying. And I think the one thing Devin is going to have to do against Jojo Diaz is he's going to have to shut down this he doesn't have any dog question. And I'm going to tell you why fighters don't think Devin has any dog in him. Because we've seen several fights with Devin where he is outclassing a fighter, completely destroying the fighter, and he never steps it up to get the knockout. He never steps it up to get the stoppage. And everyone's looking at him and saying, you're so cautious and so worried about getting hurt, you don't have enough dog in you to try to take that person out. Well, then we saw him get hurt by Linares, and he held Linares, and I think he did the right thing. I think everything Devin did was perfectly fine. But to someone evaluating you for weaknesses or someone looking to be critical of your performance, they're going to say, oh, well, you didn't go out on your shield or you didn't have the dog in you. I think Devin was up on the points. Devin didn't need to take unnecessary risks. He got hurt. He could afford to hold. He could afford to get his bearings back. He did the right thing. Now, if it was something different, like say it was the 11th round and he had no chance of winning and him surviving wasn't going to do anything, then I would have liked to see him try to knock the dude out or go for it more or say, forget hugging, I'm going to go out on my shield. But what was the benefit of him doing that? He was winning. He was going to win. He was coasting. It would have been stupid for him to do that. So I don't necessarily agree with that criticism. But I do think this is a moment in time where people are saying, yeah, Devin, your skills are great, technically sound, all that. But when it's a dog fight, you're going to quit. When it's a dog fight, you'll wilt. And I think that's what Teo's feeling. And I think that's what Jojo Diaz is feeling. But that's why it's good for him to have Jojo Diaz right now. Because I think Jojo Diaz is going to test him a little bit. He's going to find out a lot about himself. and he may answer some questions that even he has for himself. Because Devin seems to me like a fighter who doubts himself. Because why in the world would you be asking Jorge Linares if you hit hard or not? Why? Step it up in the ring and get a guy out of there. That's going to verify that you hit hard enough. For me, when it comes to Devin Haney, I had Devin extremely high. Devin to me was number one. But over time, he's faded. You know, he reminds me of Zab Judah almost in the sense that where Zab Judah had so much potential, but then you started seeing Zab in rap videos, and Zab kind of became like a staple in hip hop culture and in culture. And then once you saw that, his performance started slipping in the ring. I have serious concerns about Devin Haney. And you know, he's devoted his life to boxing. All he's ever wanted to be was a boxer, but I feel like he's let other people come and surpass him. For me, the real question for Devin is he going to get that hunger again, or is he satisfied with the little bit of celebrity status he's already received? So for me, when it comes to Devin Haney, people may say I'm being critical. People may say that I'm bashing Devin, but I had high expectations for Devin. He hasn't lived up to them to this point. For me, I think Devin's underachieved based on his skill set. But hopefully, this Jojo Diaz fight is the start of something new and us seeing Devin getting the bigger fights. So thank you for watching. Please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. Salute to Louisiana for rocking with us, because we see you, the UK. We see you rocking with us. We have people supporting us everywhere. So we thank you. Please hit the like button. We are the Boxing Bros.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.